So what if one small change in your marketing could deliver consistent sales, increase customer loyalty, and make your brand truly unforgettable? That's exactly what a weekly offer can do for your business. And the main reason is this: entrepreneurs struggle with erratic sales and marketing results, and often a lack of clarity, clear strategy to drive consistent results and revenue. And the weekly offer is a super simple way, super powerful way to create urgency, engage customers, and stabilize your sales. In fact, think about it. It's like getting permission from your customers to actually sell to them, which is insanely powerful if you think about it overall, right? So what to expect in this, I'm going to break this down in a couple sections. One, the strategy behind the weekly offer. Two, examples of how a bunch of successful brands use it. And number three, a little step-by-step process on how to actually create it and make it all work. So let's actually jump right into it. Here's the power of the weekly offer. If you've not heard this quote before, it's a pretty cool one. It says, success in sales is about creating urgency and delivering value consistently, right? That's essentially all it is. Sales is you engineer progress. You create urgency and you deliver value. Create urgency and you deliver value. Otherwise, we as humans won't take any action at any given time. And most businesses see where time-sensitive promotions create like a 30% increase in conversions. Cool, right? Like essentially all we're saying is, if I put some scarcity on top of it, if I put a time-based promotion on it, I see a 30% increase in conversion. That's insane. For doing the same exact thing, you get a 30% increase in conversions. And here's a cool story. Crumble cookies. Crumble cookies, if you're not familiar with, you should go check out Crumble, C-R-U-M-B-L. Cookies grew from one single store to 600 plus locations in just a few years by introducing these new cookie flavors every week. And their scarcity model is, it's a scarcity meets novelty, right? So every single week, Crumble actually tells you that they've got this new cookies of the week. It's like 6 cookies, and I know this because we order it. It's like 6 cookies, and it's launched just for that week. It's a special for that week. Their videos on social media, their emails get like millions of opens every single week. It's like their customers, which is me, actually want them to market to us, which is absolutely amazing. And then they return weekly and weekly and weekly. And since it's weekly, you don't feel like you're overindulging. It's not like a cup of coffee where you have it every day. It's weekly, so you don't even feel like you're overindulging, but it's always top of mind. And if you miss one week, you give yourself permission to do it the next week, which is insane, right? So that's why the weekly offer is really powerful. So you actually offer something every single week in your business. So let's talk about why. So number 2, why weekly offers close more sales. It's kind of three big reasons, right? Reason number 1, consistency of our marketing builds trust. Because a lot of times what people do is that they'll just throw out a piece of marketing and you may not even know whether that chiropractor or that dentist or that pizza store or that pub is still going to be there, or that real estate agent is still going to be in business. You have no idea. But when you consistently market, it builds trust. It's predictable and it tells your consumer, hey, I'm here, whether you're here or not here, whether you're ready or not ready, I'm here. And so they always stay in the right place and they're just waiting for the right time to happen. So number 2, when you do the weekly offer, even though you're not putting any urgency around it, it feels like you are. It feels like there's a limited time offer. That urgency drives action. Like we saw that businesses see a 30% increase in conversion when there is a time sensitive offer. So it encourages customers to do something either now or like watch for it in the future. And third, engagement, right? Like you're looking at this deal of the week or the pizza of the week or the cookie of the week, and it creates this engagement, and it also allows you to be a welcome guest and not a sneaky pest, right? And so you're a welcome guest in their inbox, you're a welcome guest in their text messages because you get this weekly offer and they want to see what this weekly offer is, which is cool. I've seen various versions of this offer being done. And so if you're a coaching or consulting, you may do a discount of the week. Or if you're selling products, you may do a product of the week, or with maybe free shipping. Or if you're real estate, you would do a deal of the week, which makes a lot of sense, right? So a lot of times people will ask me, hey Sharon, so I'm a local pizza store and like I can't really do a deal of the week. Yes, you can. Your deal of the week becomes a pizza of the week. And literally your pizza of the week, hey, this week we're offering, pepperoni and jalapenos, whatever it may be. So now you get a pizza of the week and it always continuously shows up. Now, the best part about this is you'll figure out what your best sellers are. You can rerun your winners and that drives more sales because people always want their favorite thing on a deal, which is insanely powerful. My friend is actually a watch broker and he started this thing called a watch of the week because he trades in high-end watches. And instead of actually telling people, hey, I've got this watch for sale, he's like, hey, my friend Sharon has this watch that he'd like to sell. It's an Omega that was worn by James Bond. By the way, if you want all the details, hit reply and I'll get you all the details. Now, when he gets replies to his emails, those are all perfect candidates because they started a conversation, and we know that all conversion happens in conversation, right? So that's the examples around it. So let's talk about how to build like a deal of the week. You first want an offer that sounds like a deal of the week. It needs to sound like a pizza of the week or a client of the week or a cookie of the week. They need to know what it is and of the week. You have to do that. And it may sound like you don't want to do that. You probably want to come up with a cute name. Don't do it, because you don't want the consumer and your customer and your client to think. You just want to say, oh, this is the deal of the week. This is the home of the week. This is the pizza of the week. This is the fruit of the week. This is the client of the week. This is a class of the week. And so when they know that, the framing of the offer is way more important than the content of the offer. Because I'm assuming that you're really good at what you do and you're not going to send out crap to people. We understand that, right? Your job is to come up with something, the thing that you do and deliver: cookie, pizza, deal, client, and you need to put an at the week after it, right? So you need to figure out what that is, because that ingrains in people's minds that you are the person that is always working in this overall. The second thing is, you could create some urgency. You could say, hey, here's the deal of the week. It's 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $11.99. I just saw one of these. And you can only, for first 50 families only, right? You could do that if you'd like, or you could just leave that running and then do the next deal of the week. You don't have to do the same deal every week. You can change it up a little bit. Third, I will tell you this, you have to build some kind of consistency, in essence, cadence around it. If you're going to send out your deal of the week every Wednesday, you're going to send out a deal of the week, come hell or high water, every single Wednesday. And I would use direct communication. I would not just post it on social media. I would use direct text or direct email or even a door knocking flyer or something like that, because when someone gets a thing for them, they actually act on the thing for them. And as opposed to it being stuck in a scroll based environment like social media. It still works, but you want the deal of the week in that function. The last but not least, I would make the delivery of this as easy as possible. For a lot of the folks that I advise and the companies that I advise, I explain to them that you want to do a lot of these deal of the week ideas with the simplest possible thing. Because I'll tell you, the reason that we're doing it is not to drive sales. The reason we're doing that is to get hand raises, right? Especially in services. If you're a coach or a consultant or you have professional services, etc., you just want to get a hand raise. So your job is not to sell something. Your job is to just get a reply, get a response so you can get in conversation. Now, how do you get in conversation? You ensure that your messages are not distracting. You don't need pretty looking email. You don't need great graphics. When you're writing one of these, you want to write just like text and a few bullet points so that they can read it while they're scanning email, whether they're driving or they're on the throne or whether they're being distracted or checking email under their desk, whatever it may be, they need to quickly react to it. So you want the easiest direct possible method, because anything that you make fancy, two things happen. Number one, it may get stuck in spam filters. It may look like marketing so that they don't react to it. Or number two, you're creating more effort on your part to actually deliver this thing on a weekly basis. If I had to write a deal of the week email on a weekly basis, it would take me maybe 5 minutes, and I could pre-schedule every single week for the next 4 weeks and do it on a monthly basis so I don't miss the cadence associated with it. So that's why this is really important. Do not overthink this. I would do an all text email, all text message. Do not overthink the graphics. Mention the deal so they can reply, so you can get in conversation, because all conversion happens in conversation. All right. So all of that. So no. Number one objection that I get from people: hey, Sharon, what happens if I run out of ideas? I'm just running out of ideas. I can't do another deal. Well, you don't have to do another deal. You want to do your ideas that are in the field of what you already do. So for example, if you're a real estate agent, you want to do a deal of the week, because it's not that you need to have a deal. You just think it's a deal. So you go out to the current homes of the market, either on market or off market, on the MLS or off the MLS, and you say, oh, cool, what home do I think would be a good find? What home do I think may sell in the next 2-3 weeks? What home do I think a lot of buyers are interested in right now? What home do I think is unique and good for its value? It doesn't matter what it is. You're just picking one because you have unlimited inventory to pick from. So you should not overthink this process. That's why a cookie of the week is they're making new flavors every week. So you don't have to come up with new things. A client of the week is really good. You can even abstract one of your clients. So you don't have to say, hey, my client, John, and in parentheses, you say, hey, preserving his name for anonymity. Just tell the truth about your client. So now you don't have to come up with new offers. You're doing the same thing over and over. You want it to be mundane. Mundane is important. It just needs to be fresh and consistent, but mundane is important. If a CPA or an attorney starts doing things like, start sending recipes or start sending a drink of the week, that makes no sense, right? That would be ultra strange, right? Or you don't want to do case law of the week. No one wants, when I wake up in the morning, I'm not excited that my attorney is going to send me some case law. That's why I hire him or her. What I need to know is how I can benefit from that. So you can say, hey, tax benefit in the new case law, that's a good the idea of the week or tax benefit of the week, right? That's really powerful. But you want to get a weekly offer because it keeps people on top of mind. Also, when people get a deal of the week or a weekly offer, they'll forward it to other people, which gives your brand recognition, which you will never get any other time. So I wanted to make sure you heard this, is that every single one of us needs to have a weekly offer system into our business. If you don't have it right now, you should think about what do you deliver? What benefit do you deliver? Or what product or service do you deliver? Like if you are a fitness coach, right? You can essentially say, weight loss tip of the week. It's very simple, right? Or client of the week, right? For a coaching client, or a deal of the week for a property. You want to come up with that. And then you want to set the cadence of when you're going to send it. And you want to send it every single time at that cadence. Let me give you the secret in all of this. You may say, well, Sharon, if that's the case, why would anybody respond to me, or why would anybody click on the email? How I like to do it is I like to withhold one small piece of information in my weekly offer email. So if you're doing a deal of the week and you're talking about a property, you just withhold the address, right? And you say, if you're interested, just reply and I'll get you all the details. What that means is now the consumer who's interested, call it 5-10% of your database, hits reply and asks, hey, what's the address on this property? And now you're in conversation. And we know that all conversion happens in conversation. Or you're selling weight loss and you're a weight loss coach. And you can say, hey, if you want this exact plan, just reply and I'll send it to you, because now they reply. And then you know the only person that replies wants this result, so you can actually have the conversation. Instead of just thinking about it as marketing, think about it as a marketing piece that starts a conversation. That is the weekly offer, because all conversion happens in conversation. So the question for you is this: what do you need to start a weekly offer? It doesn't matter if you're a brick and mortar business. It doesn't matter if you're a professional service. It doesn't matter if you're a coach or a consultant. It doesn't matter if you're a cookie company or a pizza store. It doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent or a pool contractor. Your job is to find a way to do a something of the week and send it every single week. And once you do that, you will be permanently seared in people's minds that they're going to get that from you. And the best part is this: you are going to start to become a welcome guest, not a sneaky pest, meaning your clients are going to give you permission to market to them and sell to them on a weekly basis. That is the most powerful gift that you can get. Imagine your customers and your clients giving you permission to sell to them every single week. And that is the weekly offer. Once you start doing this, you may see a few people start to unsubscribe. That's very normal, because they would have unsubscribed anyway. So let the unsubscription process start. You probably will lose 15 to 20% of your list over the next, 3 to 6 months. They were supposed to fall off because they're not interested in your stuff. And then you start to build a good list. And now everyone that comes on sees your cadence and they realize the only way to get a hold of you is through conversation, because all conversion happens in conversation. Make sure you have an offer of the week. Hey, by the way, if you like this, do me a favor. Can you just screenshot this and post it on social and tag me saying you liked it, because I have no idea if this benefited you. And if you tell me you like this, then I can make more like this for you. Also, for the deal of the week analysis, etc., I'll put all my free trainings down in the show notes so you can grab them whenever you want, as I break down step by step how to do this with exact examples, so you can do this for yourself as well. So please do me a favor. If you like this, take a screenshot and tag me, and I will catch you on the next one, or maybe you'll see my weekly offer.